Hey everybody, today we're going to be in Mississippi. This first picture is the Methodist Church in Greenwood, Mississippi. One of the first things I wanted to point out was we've got the conical roof. They used to have the Antiquitech antennas on top. But look at this monstrosity of a building and tell me why they decided to build such an elaborate building when they can't even build roads. Yep, we're gonna be muddy as all get out, but we'll go to church. I don't know, just don't really make a whole lot of sense to me. Alright, next we have Meridian, Mississippi East Mississippi Insane Hospital. This is a postcard from 1908 again. Wanted to point out the not conical roof, the domed roof with the Antiquitech. And again, what is with the humongous size of the insane asylums? Was poor mental health that big of an issue back then? Just an observation. Here we have the Chamberlain Hunt Academy in Port Gibson, Mississippi. Now, the first thing it pops out, of course, is the conical roof, the domed roof, the Antiquitech. We got the ball on top. We got the antenna here. But not only that, this is most definitely something that was built on later. And one thing I would like to point out is, see these people, it is a pretty big construction. This is just huge. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 visible chimneys that I see. This is 3 to 4 times the size of this construction. I see possibly one chimney, even though I don't believe that is a chimney. I believe that is some sort of tower, but I could be wrong. But I just thought that was odd. This building here, 5 visible chimneys. This building here, possibly 1. And just the architecture just looks completely out of place compared to, say, that next to that. Again, just an observation. Alright, here we have the law building at the University of Mississippi. Again, what is up with all these conical towered structures? This seems to be pretty popular over here in Mississippi. I've seen several buildings that's got this tower conical rounded structure here. And we got the Antiquitech antenna. Huge door. Alright. This is the only existing photo of this building. This is one of the Capitol buildings. I can't remember which one it is, but I do remember this is the only surviving photo, and this is from the Civil War. But again, we got the Antiquitech on top, and I'm assuming the huge doors, the Roman pillars. Alright, next we have the state capitol in Jackson, Mississippi. Judging by the cars in the background, I'm going to assume this photo was early to mid 1900s. But this building is back from the 1800s. We got the dome. Again, just Roman. Everything that has to do with our government buildings is Roman architecture. Why is that? You might want to look into that. It's pretty easy information to find out. This is the First Baptist Church in Greenwood. So early 20th century. We've got of course, the domed roof, the very decorative domed roof, which I assume it was covered in gold or brass, because It still looks like in this picture it still may have some kind of coating because it looks rather shiny. And I'm assuming we used to have an Antiquitech antenna up here. We got the humongous door. It appears we could drive this car through that door. Got the Roman pillars, the high A-frame architecture. It's really out of place for urban Mississippi in the 20th century. Oh, wrong way, sorry guys. Alright. This is another one of the Capitol buildings. Again, Roman architecture, the columns, the A-frame, the dome. We got a double stack dome here with the Antiquitech antenna on top. Can't really see the doors, but we can definitely tell this is out of place. Now, one thing I did notice, it seems here in the South that all of our old world buildings either got converted into churches or government buildings or Mason halls. I don't really see a lot of them used for anything else. Just an observation I made while I have been researching this. Alright, now this is a church in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Said the 1900 U.S. Census reported that only almost 15,000 people lived in Vicksburg. So you mean to tell me, with just 15,000 people, they decided they needed to build something this monstrous, this decorative? I mean, look at the surrounding buildings. I mean, no comparison. Look at this over here. Just flat box structure like we do today. But here we've got the high spire, we got the Antiquitech ball, the antenna. All of these had the Antiquitech antennas on them. Looks like they're still there. Of course, we got the big doorway, the high arching windows. Just again, very, very out of place for this area. I mean, there's just nothing around to compare it with. And again, Jackson, Mississippi, yet another church. And look at this Antiquitech we got going on up here. Not only there, we got it going on here with the conical roof. Got the super big door. Just look how techy this looks. No telling what else could have been up there that they've taken off. Alright, here we have the City Hall in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Again, the Roman columns, the domes, and I'm not sure what role the statues played. I'm sure they had some kind of functionality, but at this time I do not know what that function might be. And I'm sure at one point these, as well as the statues, was covered in gold or copper. Still got the Antiquitech antenna going on right there. Next we have a drawing from 1885. Now keep in mind here, I'm fixing to make this better, but on the right, which would be right here, is an image of the college dedication in 1885. And left is Callaway Hall, built in 1847, and used as dorms and classrooms with the addition of Orr Chapel. Alright, now keep this in mind, this is the dedication in 1885. This was built in 1847. Alright, if you were going to have all your rich dignitaries to come for a dedication to something that looked as elaborate as this, would you build a crappy looking stage like this? If you've got the ability to build this, but for the dedication, for the gathering of all your town's leaders and businessmen and elite, you're going to build this. Just an observation. Of course, we got the conical, and we got the domed roof, the Antiquitech antennas, the super large doorways. Just really, really out of place. And this is the Mississippi Industrial Institute and College for White Girls at Columbus, Mississippi. I mean, I didn't think women had all that kind of rights back in the late 1800s, but I mean, I guess. Alright, next we have St. Mary's Church on Laurel Hill Plantation, supposedly built in 1843. This church is only open 4 times a year. Now, we got the obviously big door. These 2, possibly 3 people could walk in side by side. We got all this Antiquitech. We got this one that still got the antenna. The antennas broke off here. Looks like these still have the antennas. I imagine at one point this antenna, main antenna right here, was probably pretty tall. And if I am not mistaken, we are pretty close to the end of this presentation. That was it, guys. I appreciate you coming by, stopping to listen to me ramble for a few. If you like what you seen, give me a like, share, subscribe, and by all means, leave me a comment, whether it be supportive, negative. I just really like the interaction. Well, this has been Jeremy with I Want to Know More. Thanks for stopping by. Like, share, subscribe.